Hi, welcome back. This is Teacher Paul. This is part 3 in our money or wealth series. This episode, we're speaking specifically to pastors. Oh, if you're not a pastor or you're not a full-time worker, it's okay. You can still tune in. But if you're a missionary or a pastor or we call full-time in the ministry, please tune in, okay? God bless you. We had already discussed riches versus wealth. And then in the last episode, we talked about really how to get ahead. And largely that's stay out of covetousness and debt. And God will bless you. But this one is for the pastors. 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. But if any provide not for his own. Listen to me, Pastor. If any, that would be us, you and me, we're full-time. And especially for those of his own house. His first priority is his family, his own house. He hath denied the faith, and is worse than an infidel. Pastor, I plead with you, be an example to the flock. Feed your family, take care of your family, and by example, teach others what you're doing and how to do it. I've heard pastors say, well, I'm living by faith. Oh, I am too. I believe what God said. I'm acting on it. Are you doing that? What you're doing is you're acting on faith in that your wife's name is Faith. And because you didn't make any plan and provision, in her old age and maybe her widowhood, she's got to work at Walmart because she has to. That's not where you want to be. I'm only slightly tongue-in-cheek. That's happened more times than I'd like to say. Please don't do that. Don't neglect your own house. Matthew 25 talks about the talents. A rich man gave talents, pieces of gold, weight of gold to 3 different people. One of them, he gave him 1 talent. And this guy just, he dug a hole and he stuck it in the ground. He didn't do anything with it. He didn't put it to work. And when the man came back, the servant, he was fearful. He ignored the value of the increase, the potential. And the master was angry, and he told him this. Thou oughtest, I'm in Matthew 25, verse 27. Thou oughtest, therefore, to have put my money to the exchangers. I was expecting to get some gain, but I got nothing, no gain at all. He was very angry with that man. He took away that 1 talent of gold and gave it to the other guy. Definitely, the Bible talks a lot about money. And as a Bible teacher, this truth, we should teach the truth, the whole truth, including money. We should first apply it to ourselves. Managing money and preparing for the future is, or should be, part of our lives, Pastor. Please lead by example. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children. Proverbs 13, verse 22. There is treasure to be desired and oil in the dwelling of the wise. There's good stuff. Oil is a commodity. It's very expensive back in the day. It's not petroleum oil. It's oil from plants and so on, perfumes. But a foolish man spendeth it up. Pastor, a wise man has a habit of saving, of preparing, of planning. But a fool lives only in the here and now. You say, well, I'm not working for filthy lucre. I understand that. You're not working for filthy lucre, but you're preparing for the future. You're helping your family out. And you're teaching the congregation the value of believing God, saving up a little bit, staying out of debt, and providing for your own family. That's a good thing for them to learn. Be responsible. Here's what I'd like you to do. And, give or take, we could talk all day, but would you pray? Would you ask God to help you? Would you ask maybe somebody in your church or somebody that you have respect for to help you with money? This isn't something we like to talk about. Pastors, we don't like to talk about money because we're afraid the congregation, that's all he ever talks about is money. So he never talks about it. But you're hurting the people. You're hurting your own family by ignoring it. Would you pray and ask for help? Ask for God's help and ask for man's help? Would you plan? Would you look down the road? Would you look ahead and say, I could have a plan. I don't have to be strict in the plan, but I should start looking to the future. Like I do regarding my spirit. Someday, I'm going to die. Someday, down the road, I'm going to die. And let me look ahead and see how do I prepare? And that's the last point. Prepare. Make any adjustments that you need to get into that plan. I tell you what it'll do. It'll save you from the fourth P in the outline. That's panic. More than one pastor, actually quite a few. I've been doing this for 40-some years, and they have been too. And they're faithful people. I'm not putting them down. But they panic. They turn 55, they turn 60, and they have no plan. And they look around their congregation. They've been with them for 20 years. All that time, they prepared. They have a 401k. They have an IRA, individual retirement account. And they say, oh, Pastor, I retired. And I'm moving out. I'm moving to a more comfortable place. It's like, what? And you have nothing. And you panic. Oh, what am I going to do? You do something foolish, something you really didn't want to do. You have to quit your job, quit the pastorate, and get a job. You didn't plan. Don't do that. Plan ahead. Learn some basics, Pastor. Let me give you 4 basics. And then I'm done. By the way, your congregation is learning these basics too. If nothing else, you'll learn how to talk to them. You'll learn where they are. You'll learn about giving them some counsel because you also are there. Pull your head out of the sand. Can I be blunt? Pull your head out of the sand and get with it. The Bible talks a lot about money. God is interested in your money. Don't ignore that. Teach the whole counsel of the Word of God. You can do it. Number 1, be an owner or be a loaner. That is, make money while you sleep. That was a Warren Buffett adage. Make money while you sleep. Don't live from paycheck to paycheck. But if you can do a little investment, I would suggest something easy and automatic, like a automatic deposit into a no-load index mutual fund. That's a lot of words. I want you to learn what that means. If you don't know what I just said, you need to learn that. You want to be in an index fund. It's very safe. You want to be in no load. You don't want to pay a lot to be part of it. And you want to be able to live your life, write your sermons, visit people, where you don't have to check your computer every day, look at it and stare at it. By staring at the computer, you can mesmerize it, and the stock price will change the more you know. The stock price doesn't change when you stare at your computer. You've got better things to do. But you could put yourself in automatic mode. Put your finances in cruise control. And you'll be happy down the road. I did that. I worked at a factory for 16, 17 years, and they had a 401k plan where I put away 2%. I think they matched it. It's like, it's free money. Why wouldn't I do that? It's a little bit. You know what? Over time, that money has grown. And one day I go, whoa, look at this. I can get out of here. I'm glad I did that. I can be in Vietnam. Yeah, I can do what God wants me to do. So I want you to be in that same position, okay? All right. Be an owner. Own stock. Own shares in business. Or be a loaner. You know, put your money in CDs or whatever. Usually you don't get as much, but a little less risk. Maybe you want to buy government bonds if you're into that. But put your money to work. Don't be like the guy with the one talent of gold and just stuck it in a hole in the ground, stick it under your mattress. You're losing money. The value of your money is dropping because of inflation. Here's number 2. Listen to me. Don't be a hostage to deacon big bucks or elder big bucks. If you're a pastor of a small church, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's really 3 or 4 major families in your congregation, maybe 5 or 6. But the money is concentrated. The money that goes to your salary that you're dependent on. And they control the money that goes in. And they might use that as a lever against you. You want the ability to preach whatever God tells you to preach. Not fear of them cutting you off, dropping your salary. Oh, we're leaving and we're taking our money with us. So, bye, I wish you well. I hope you grow up. I'm still your friend. You have other income sources. You have little streams here. You've saved a little there. You'll be all right. You won't be their hostage. Number 3. I've seen this more times than I wish to say. Don't use your church as your own personal retirement plan, nor for your widow. She's not going to draw a pension out of the church. That's not the church's charter. The church's charter should be evangelism and discipleship. If I can sum it up in that. I don't see the church's charter as being banking. It's not a clearinghouse. It's not an investment house. It's not a retirement fund. It's not like General Motors. It's a pension fund that, oh, by the way, they sell cars. That's not the church. Don't make the church that. You be responsible for your family. You do it. It's something you can do. And by doing, you can teach others in the congregation to do that. You can help them to be mature with money. Isn't this fun? This is good. You know, I'm going to take a break here. Let's have a look-see at our sponsor.
Hello, I'm Pastor John Asquith of the Black Creek Baptist Church in Black Creek, New York. We're in western New York, down near the Pennsylvania border, and we preach and teach the King James Bible. We preach and teach the good news of Jesus Christ. For those who are interested, we have a website, One Soul at a Time, O-N-E, soulatatime.net. We'd love you to visit.
All right. Do we have such good sponsors? And, you know, if I'm a blessing to you, I really want to be a blessing. And our team works really hard. It would be good if you, can you like it? Can you like I think it's a button you push, or subscribe, or if you even made a comment. It's encouraging to us. I hope we're getting through and it being a blessing to you. There's one more thing that you need to learn. And you need to learn to teach others about money. There's a stigma of pastors and money. I don't want to talk about money because somebody will say, oh yeah, all you do is talk about money, or you just want my money. Well, you should talk about money because there's a lot of Bible talk about money. God's talked a lot about money. It's part of our life. And in fact, if I sat into your prayer meeting, I'm going to hear 3 things. I'm going to hear health requests. I got to go back. I got something. I got to retest this, and I have pain and some. I hear relationship problems. Oh, my son, he's wayward, and Or my neighbor, he's running around waving a machete at me because my dog pooped in his yard. And I'm not making these things up. You know. But one of the things that you hear in the prayer requests is, help, I need money, we got bills, or I lost that job, or something, I'm in a tight spot with money. Pastor, can you help me? Pastor, I got $30,000 in credit card expenses, and I work at Walmart. I'm not picking on Walmart, I'm flipping burgers. Wow. You know what? You got to help them. You got to teach them. Maybe you got to teach yourself. Don't pass it over. They need to know, and you're going to learn a lot by teaching them. You know that's how that works. So please, open the subject. Learn it. Become good at money. Become good at being wealthy. It's good. It's good for you. It's good for them. God bless you. I love you guys. And from our team here in Vietnam to you, Chua Ban Phuc, God bless you. Bye-bye.